Welcome back to this Let's Play of Last Remnant. Last time, we hunted down just a random rare monster for a guild quest so we could get some more loot for our weapon upgrades, which I've been mostly just doing off-screen. I've killed a couple of
I'm the man.
just random things for guild tasks. I think I've shown most of the monsters you have to hunt, but maybe not all of them. They're mostly pretty tedious. Just look it up on the wiki. The spawn conditions are usually pretty well documented. You have to look at the talk pages to see them usually. But, I mentioned last time that the guy we killed would drop a dwarven core. He didn't drop one for me, but I had one from earlier. And that's part of another guild task. It's a collector guild task. It gives a better version of the customization thing. We've got the first rank of customization from a quest with Blocter way back at the start of the game. Not start of the game, but a long time ago. This guy here is part of the second part of that, and this is sort of a long, involved quest. But in order to even do this quest, you have to have done a couple of quests sort of in the first disc as it was on the 360 version. In this case, it's just before the battle with the Nest of Eagles. So, oh sorry, before you went into the aqueducts. Or, well, before you complete the aqueducts. As I mentioned, or as I showed, you can actually go into the aqueducts and then leave so that Gaou becomes available, because Gaou is very useful. I've killed quite a few of these things off screen trying to get just, you know, sharp manticore legs, I think. They're a magazine drop. Those enemies are really tedious, and they're really easy at this point. A couple of these enemies will actually run away from you. You'll walk up to them and they'll say, cowering. The enemies keep track of what your battle rank is, and if you're much higher than them, they won't always attack you, which is a nice little touch. But we're here at the Great Sand Sea, and we're going here, so I'm going to invoke Magic Teleport now. Wallawise. Yeah, here we are. And off in the distance, you can see a couple of symbols, non-Freudian symbols, towers off in the distance. And there are 4 towers back there. Okay, 4 towers. Got it? Except we're going to Flaumello Tower. Now, which one is Flaumello Tower? Is it the one in the middle? Is it the one on the left? Is it the one on the right? Is it the one we're standing in right now? Well, I don't know. As far as the dungeon is concerned, it's all Flaumello Tower, even though it has 4 towers. I guess they could call it Flaumello Towers and, charge high rent, but off to our left there was an engraving which has more information about sort of what happened here. This is actually part of Glenys' backstory, and that's why you can't complete part of her dialogue if you complete this quest first. However, she's refusing to speak to me, so she's not going to get to chat. And that's just too bad for her. The monsters here aren't super hard. I mean, nothing is going to be super hard at this point. I mean, if we can beat Demigod, we can beat anything here, handily. Even a Mystic Seal formation. But I have no reason to fight anything here, so I'm just going to dodge right by it. Well, I guess I could fight those imps. I think Agent David needs a couple of imp hides or something, but each one of the 3 towers has 3 tiers for a total of 9 areas in this area, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But this area can get kind of complicated because there's usually not a direct path. You can't just sort of take the stairs up to the middle of the 3rd tower without going around the other towers to get there. So, the one thing I do want to pick up here, though, and I really should have picked this up a long time ago, there's a Ninja Katana +3. It's actually not as good as the weapon I'm using in Rush's offhand, but since it's already +3, when you upgrade it, it'll sort of retain that +3 as it's upgraded. And the one I have in my offhand is only +1. So, that's an improvement, right? It's not a big improvement. This is Rush's offhand weapon we're talking about, and, I figure I might as well pick it up if I'm going to use it, but realistically, I guess if I were, you know, just going to say forget Glenys's last AP upgrade, then, you know, I should have done this a long time ago on the possibility that it would further upgrade. Those +1s and such show up when you just through combat. You know, as you're quote-unquote leveling, your equipment gains power too. Those giants, like their ancient ruins counterparts, sometimes will lock onto you and just stay locked onto you and not, you know, not give up. I guess they're humanoids, therefore they're not beasts and they're intelligent or something. Why, hello. And there are many ways you can get through this tower to get to the end. This is just one way that I picked, just so I could pick up that katana along the way. It may not actually be the fastest way to go, but there are enough options that, well, you can figure it out. Just look at the map and figure out where you're trying to get to and go there.
Right.
And we'll go back. I don't think we're ever going to go to the West Tower. I think there are some monsters here for guild tasks, but I don't think any of them are associated with magazine guild tasks, and those are the important guild tasks as far as I'm concerned. Other than ones that, you know, I guess there's one I haven't handed in yet, which is a reward for killing Demigod, and it's a really bad reward, so I just haven't bothered with it. Here's another piece of treasure. Goblins drop. I don't know why I bothered to come out of my way to get that, but I did, so. There are a couple things that the wiki refers to as recipes that require that you have all of the components. There are a lot of things that that sort of have that description there that I've got access to as recipes, even though I know I don't have all the components. There are some things that will essentially only show up in your recipe list at the customization shop if you have one of the important components. I really have not made much use of the customization shops. This advanced customization, or actually intermediate customization, sorry, which is the reward for this quest, will let me do a little more, but even then I'm not going to do a whole lot, because, well, there's not really all that many good items you can hand out to your companions that you can't just buy in shops, and we've had plenty of money at several points in the game, and we're going to have plenty of money again pretty soon. For now, we're actually fairly poor, which is a little annoying, but... Now I guess I'm going to have to tag that guy to... Oops. I'm trying to make my turn too early. Sorry, no time to chat. These giants here are part of a guild task, actually an important guild task, but you can also fight them in the aqueducts if you really want to. I guess I should have fought them here instead, but... Well, you know, I'll just show too much reading. But at any rate, there are a couple of those scattered around that will kind of explain things. This is actually taking us to the 4th tower, which is part of the main tower map, but if you look at the area from the outside, there are 4 towers, so... And you can't actually tell from your description which one you're at, which is really kind of annoying, but... Oh, there's an eye here. That, I believe, is called a death. Or maybe that's one of the uniques.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not going to bother with it right now. I went back and forth at the 6th path, between the 6th path and the 7th path, killing a whole bunch of the eyes there to get Oculus teeth for all of my party members that needed them. And, well... kind of a pain. I got 2 battle ranks out of it, which is not what I wanted, but we got the parts we wanted. Anyway, there are these 3 candles here. And what you're doing here, that the game explains in the text that I'm going through really quickly, is handing in the 3 Godstones, which we got from quests in the first part of the game. Alright, easy enough. Are we supposed to do something else? Oh, there it is. I was wondering where to go. All I remember is you're supposed to hand in the Godstones. And this guy shows up. And I guess he was supposed to be a hard boss, but he's not. As usual with these, do I want to summon Cyclops? Nah, I'm not gonna bother. As usual with these fights, you actually only have to defeat the question mark guy. The rest of them, well, you can if you want. I don't really care. I may end up having to kill some of them anyways, because, well, they'll intercept me. And we'll miss like crazy! Oh, I was hoping that would take out the group Rush was fighting. Oh my. This is like Whiff City. They're missing too. As you can see from the damage they're doing, I am not scared. I think one of them actually did 16 damage to one of my characters. And the quote-unquote boss is already glowing red. What a joke.
I've gotten a little stronger.
Kind of ironic that Glenys got a bonus here, since this is sort of her quest. This pest toxin is not obnoxious to get. You can get it from this fight. The only other place you can get it is the basement of Rebelia Castle, and that's not been a fun thing to quest for. And they babble about something. I don't really bother with the sort of side quest plots in this game. They're really kind of annoying, but anyway, it's actually talking a little about Wagram, so I guess there's something to see there. And we get intermediate customization. And apparently we're doing something for the Imperator there, or the God Emperor. And we actually don't like the God Emperor, so why are we helping him out? Well, we wanted intermediate customization. We're not, however, going to be satisfied with intermediate. I'm actually going to go down to the guilds and hand in everything. Specifically, here at the Union of the Golden Chalice, we're going to hand in, well, this were-dragon thing is just gives us the Eye of Promise, which spawns one of the sort of DLC monsters. This just gives us some random junk. The Dwarven Core one gives you some stuff that gets us advanced customization. 3 Damascus ore gets you some random stuff, and also professional customization. And we hand in a couple of World Tree Timbers for legendary customization. And there's all the customization pieces. And we'll make use of them, but we'll make use of them next time, because we're out of time.